Today we're taking a look at the new Milwaukee M12 Pruning Shears, and they are fast. That's a rapid cutting mode. Switch it over there. Now we have the large cutting mode. So 3 years ago I picked this up in the nursery as small, playing it down there, and now it's just taking over. Couldn't remember what it was called, but I looked it up on my app and it's called a smoke tree or a smoke bush. And this is where I grill, and it's just overgrowing everything, so I need to take care of it now. So what I'm gonna do is spend a little bit of time. I have some projects where I'm gonna show you this tool. First, we're gonna take some of the smoke tree down, and then behind it over here, we have this serviceberry tree that's growing up on the roof. And if animals want to climb on the roof, they could do that. So I want to trim that back. So the third project I have is right over there. It's the end of my driveway, and I want to be able to open up the line of sight so we can see cars come in a little bit easier. So in this video, I'm going to put this to the test. I'm going to explain all the specs of it so you can see if it's right for you. Let's go. I'm going to switch this over now to the rapid cutting mode. So it's opened up to 5/8 of an inch. So we're going to start working on this. It's amazing how fast this grew. I think it's about probably 11 feet tall overall. So we're gonna just bring it back down to the rail here. Just see how quick that is. All these rapid cuts. Look at that, real quick. Here's a nice little feature. It comes with this lanyard right here. So I just always keep that on. It's just really nice if you're working up high or around some other people. Nice safety feature. A couple things I'm noticing right away that I like about this versus the manual hand tool bypass pruners is you can just get by with one hand. You don't ever need to use the other hand to help position it. So you can go in like this, make your cut, and just easily grab that so it's not falling down. It just helps make the cleanup go a little bit faster. That way you can just see what you're doing very fast. And when I mentioned doing rapid cuts, I'll just show you how fast. And then let's say you're working on some thicker stuff and you open up all the way like that. Still really fast that way, but it's nice being able to put it in that mode where it's not opening up quite as far. So you might be wondering, can you use this on some delicate stuff? Let's say like this mint plant over here. I have this cilantro plant, but this doesn't really do that well. It's getting too much sunlight, I guess. And it just flowers. Oh man, you can really smell that. So yeah, just keep your fingers away. I wouldn't have them anywhere near the blades. That's my recommendation. So you can see on some of this thin stuff right here, it does really well. So doesn't matter if you have it far in there or near the tip. It cuts equally well. And if this ever wears out, you can replace the blades on them. So I'll have a link down below to this right here is the kit and the replacement blades. And I also believe there's some type of holster you can get for it too. So I'll include that. So now you can see after just using this for a couple minutes, it's very quick. It did knock down quite a bit of that right there. The main thing I want to use with this is to take the bulk of it out of the way. Hey, I'm over here. I moved down to this little corner picture-in-picture window. This is a layout from some of my live streaming software, and I think this is going to work really well in some upcoming YouTube videos for me explaining things. So what I have here, this is a zero-turn mower that I'm on several hours a week. And a lot of times when I'm mowing, I'll come into an obstacle like a tree or a limb, and I think, you know, I'm going to have to come back later with some loppers and take care of it. And then later on, I end up forgetting about it. And the next week, same thing. So I was thinking here, it'd be really cool to have the Milwaukee M12 Pruners on your mower at times if you need them. And there is a holster that they make for it that I'll show you in just a minute. So this is what I run into often when I'm mowing. Let's go over here and hit play. And then I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up in just a minute. So as I'm mowing the perimeter, you can just see this tree grew over where I often mow. I'll just fast forward it here. And I'm getting off. I have the pruners. You see how quickly it starts removing some of those things. Let's speed this up to 10 times. And it just opens up so I can finish my mowing, go right there and get to it without having to even duck. It's very nice. I like it. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you carry something like, it's not like you have to carry it every week, but just every so often when you know you have those obstacles, it'd just be handy. Sometimes I'm mowing lawns, I'm on the mower for a couple hours at a time, and it would just be nice to have those obstacles taken care of before they get way out of hand. Now, if you're looking at the holster, here's a price on it. I found it at the Home Depot website, $29.97. So let's see, let's go over here. Okay, so here's a look at it. So it does have a clip on it. It has a belt loop. I think there's a picture of somebody. It's pretty big and heavy to carry around. I guess it does have a leg strap as well too. So yeah, that would be handy. So anyways, if there's a way to somehow mount it on your mower safely, I think that would be really cool to be able to just stop and take care of it and then come back later and drag it out of the way when you're done. Or you could just stop right then there and do it too. All right, we're gonna do some trimming down here. So over the years, I've built a lot of new homes for customers and their turnkey packages where that means we do everything. So one of the things we have to do is get a driveway permit. And if you can just see right here, here's an example of some sight distance requirements. So when you go to pull a driveway permit, they need to make sure that you can see clearly to the left and to the right. So if you're, I think, sitting back 10 feet from the edge of the pavement and then up about 3.5 feet, I believe that's what this form is requiring, you need to have 845 feet to the right, looking from where that yellow car is, looking to where that orange car is. And if you're looking from the yellow car to the left, you need 875 feet of unobstructed view. If there are certain things that are in the way, they might take an exception to it. But if you can trim things back, like I'm doing here, I'll show you in just a second, then they will make sure that you have to get that completed before they'll give you your driveway permit. Okay, so I have the weeds that are up by my wall there that I'm definitely going to trim, but I'm taking out the branches right now. How about I fast forward a little bit? So what helps is actually having somebody stand where I'm at right now and then me going over there and doing the trimming. If you're by yourself, you have to come back and forth a few times. But you can just see right now in just the matter of a few minutes how I'm able to open this up, and I don't need a ladder or anything. So it really works pretty well. That's to the left right there. So I think we have the 875 feet we need. Let's take a look to the right. So over to the right, we don't need as much because the people are over in the left lane. You can see them better. But you can just see, let me fast forward to like 10x speed. Now I'm at 30x speed. Working fast. So doing what I can to quickly open it up. And now you can see all the way down that road. That's great. So I recorded some video last night, the very end part, talking about the specs and some things I learned while using this. And I didn't realize that my battery died on my mic receiver. So I'm gonna re-record that, but you might see some video clips of me from last night wearing a different shirt. Anyways, so the first thing I want to point out, I had a section of this pin oak right here. So this stuff has little barbs on it. I know that arborists really don't like working in pin oak that much because it has all these things that snag on everything when they're trying to drop the limbs down. And I noticed when I was trying to cut a piece that was about 1 inch thick, there's one part where it has a lot of little knots in it. So you can just see there's all these little stubs that stick out, and I think that makes the grain really difficult to cut through. So right around 1 inch on this I was able to cut through, but anything more than that, that's where it struggled. And the cut capacity of this is 1.25 inches. So I noticed the cut capacity on this being 1.25 inches was able to go through white pine. I have a tree over here and this is a dead limb on it. So this stuff is really quite easy. This is probably close to 1 inch. You can see it just goes right through it. For the most part, I noticed this just seems to cut through every single thing that I need it to. I like this inline design right here. It's great when you're trying to reach into, make your cut into something. And after using this for a long period of time, I noticed that the weight of it isn't that bad because it cuts through so much stuff. After you cut it, then you have to take it and drag it either into a pile or somewhere where you're getting rid of it. So I think the amount of cuts that you make with this, it provides a lot of cleanup in a short amount of time. So I just felt using this for repetitive cuts didn't tire me out. Okay, take a look at the box right here. This is model 2534-21, 3-year warranty on the tool, 2 years on the battery. And this kit right here includes the pruning shears, 2 amp hour CP M12 battery, and an M12 charger. This has the RedLink Plus intelligence. It has a brushless motor. So yes, it has a mode select. Yes, it has active blade control. The blade material, SKS steel. The length with the battery, 14.5 inches. And the weight with the battery, 3.3 pounds. And it has a slim ergonomic grip. So here, I'll show you the active blade control. We have it in the fully open position. So it's not a variable speed trigger, but you can just see if you push it down slightly, it has like a positive stop to it. Push it again. All I'm doing is slowly squeezing the trigger and holding it. If you squeeze the trigger all the way, it does that, but you can go to where you want. All right, so if you're wondering if this will completely eliminate using some hand pruners like this right here, I still plan on keeping some of these around just for some of those real small things. If you're just trying to trim up something real quick, something real small, you can get really fast repetitive cuts with this. But for the most part, I'm gonna have this nearby. I just really like this and we'll use this probably like 90% of the time. 10% for those real small things will be this right here. So another option, you can get this as a bare tool, and I just looked up that price and it's $199. So I'd like to know what your thoughts are. Is this something that you would consider getting, or are there any improvements? Are you nervous about running it? Yes, you definitely have to be very careful with it and have all your focus on this when you're using it, because this could take a finger off pretty quick. All right, so I hope that this video has helped you learn everything that you want to know about it. If you find it interesting and helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. So that's it for now, friends. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.